One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Trump, everybody they know, they gonna vote for Donald Trump, that's the way it goes. All over America, all over the USA, they voted for Donald Trump, that's what I'm trying to say. Election is over, everyone can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country. Election is over, everyone can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country. I want to make America great again.
Woo!
I want to lower the taxes. I want to bring all American business back from overseas back to the USA, baby.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah, Donald Trump is now president of your country. Election is over, everybody can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country. Election is over, everyone can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country.
So, hey, that went really quick. I don't know what happened. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, welcome to the nighttime edition of the show. Let's continue with my Bahamian friends. Before I begin, let me address something. I see a couple of you guys, Barry, the intro takes up too much time. You have to understand how this whole thing works here. There's a reason why the intro is between the two songs about 5.5 minutes. It's because we're waiting for everybody to show up. I don't know how many live streams you watch, but oftentimes they just have a billboard and it counts down from whatever time. I just try to entertain you with some music. I wait till people show up. Sometimes people are late, but in any event, if you know now watching my shows that I run about 5 or 6 minutes of intro music, then you know to show up at about 5 minutes after the start time if you don't want to see it. But as you'll see, the numbers will increase now because YouTube sends out the messaging and it says, hey everybody, Barry's live, and I don't want them to miss the beginning. That being said, y'all dancing? I'm serious. Are you all dancing right now? I'm hoping you're dancing. I'm hoping you realize what happened today. I don't know, let me just take you back about, I don't know, an hour and a half or 2 hours ago when I did the 3 o'clock show. And I told you, I didn't have time to clip it, otherwise I would have clipped it and played it right now. And I said to you, if you hear that Donald Trump has a new Attorney General candidate within the next couple of hours, I think I even said 5 hours, within the next 5 hours, then you have to realize it was planned. There was no way he was going to be able to vet somebody, get them on the phone, hey, do you want to do it? And I said, if you don't hear him mention somebody very quickly, if you say it takes him a week or so to come up with somebody, it's because the Secret Service and whoever he's using to vet the person is going to take a couple days, maybe take a week for them to dig in and start looking at somebody. And then lo and behold, just like I told you, I said if he goes ahead and nominates somebody, he had them already picked. No one is going to convince me otherwise. At this point, Pam Bondi is the ultimate checkmate against these people. The ultimate. You can't say anything about, oh, what are you going to say? She slept with a young boy? I mean, what are you going to say about her? She has a 20-year track record. Impeccable. Those of you, or I saw in the chat, were like, well, who's Pam Bondi? Pam Bondi? You probably don't realize it. Pam Bondi was our Attorney General down here in Florida. She was a fantastic Attorney General. She was impressive with making sure she upheld immigration and did all kinds of different things. And she also worked on Trump's impeachment trial. She is a fantastic attorney. She has over 20 years of prosecutorial experience. This is the pick that I'm sure he wanted all along. And I'm going to show you some things in this video tonight, which is probably going to prove that to you. And you're going to go, damn, Barry was right. Yeah, he was. I bet you if you looked all across, I was the only one who said that. Because I checked a bunch of people. And I said, if he names somebody quick, if he names somebody in the next couple hours, it was a planned thing, all the way planned. You can go back and look at the video. It's already posted. If you were here, you heard me say it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I'm watching a master at work, somebody I study, and I'm watching this guy. And as I told you in the other video, nothing makes sense except everything makes sense. Why would Matt Gaetz have done this and resigned but not resigned, but still going to be there? And I laid it all out for you. And everything I said at 3 o'clock thus far has happened. Trump is an absolute genius. These people just don't get it. They effed around, and now they're going to find out. They're going to find out in such an epic proportion that it's got to just blow their minds that they were played the way they were played. So let me get some video for especially some of you guys who may not know who Pam Bondi is. But first, listen to how, this guy who works in the deep state, if you look up Ken Delanian, he works on MSNBC, and he supposedly has the inside track on what's supposed to happen. And I told you earlier as well, I said, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody. Don't care the highest, most populated guy out there on YouTube or Rumble. Dan Bongino didn't post it, didn't have anything. Benny didn't have anything. Patrick Bet-David didn't. Nobody knew where this was coming from, especially the networks, especially the liberal networks. They had no idea that this was coming. I didn't have any idea. I just knew if something did happen, it was planned. But I didn't know that this is where the pick was going. Listen to this.
I want to bring in Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delaney. And what are we hearing, Ken?
Chris, expressions of great relief from both current and former DOJ officials. This was the nightmare scenario for them. Look, they know they're going to get most likely a nominee who shares Donald Trump's jaundiced view of the Justice Department and of these special counsel investigations of Mr. Trump over the last 2 years. But this was shocking to them, the idea that a person who had very little legal experience, who had been investigated by the Justice Department, and who has been such a rhetorical bomb thrower in terms of accusing the FBI and the DOJ of corruption, of unethical behavior. The idea of him as the Attorney General was just beyond the pale. So now the question becomes, they're waiting with bated breath to see who the nominee actually is. And I have a little bit of new insight into that. There's a guy named Mike Davis, a lawyer who's been advising the Trump transition team. He's been very public about that. And he has tweeted in the last hour the names he thinks are the best options going forward, and that's Mark Paoletta, Chris Landau, who's the former ambassador to Mexico in the Trump administration, and Senator Mike Lee. All three of those people have been very tough in terms of demanding reform at the Justice Department, saying it's been weaponized. Paoletta has been very explicitly saying that the president should be able to order specific investigations into specific people, which would violate a 5-decade norm post-Watergate. But those are some of the names we're hearing, and Justice Department officials anxiously now waiting to see who Donald Trump will pick next.
A few moments later.
Tonight, a lot happening during this show. Just announced, the president-elect has selected Pam Bondi as the next Attorney General of the United States. I'll read from this announcement from the President-elect. I'm proud to announce former Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Pam Bondi, as our next Attorney General of the United States. Pam was a prosecutor for nearly 20 years, where she was very tough on violent criminals and made the streets safe for Florida families. Then, as Florida's first female Attorney General, she worked to stop the trafficking of deadly drugs and reduce the tragedy of fentanyl overdoses deaths, which have destroyed many families in our country. She did such an incredible job that I asked her to serve as our Opioid and Drug Abuse Commission. During my first term, we saved many lives. Again, he goes on to say she's smart and tough and is America's first fighter who will do a terrific job as Attorney General. Again, Pam Bondi from Florida, the next nominee for President-elect Trump, who obviously saw today that Matt Gaetz pulled his name from nomination as the votes were not there on Capitol Hill in the Senate for Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Pam Bondi, now the name that the President-elect has put forward in that position.
So to me, it's obvious, quite obvious. What Trump did was smoke out who was going to be the problem. Who out there do I have to worry about? And he found out. Murkowski, Collins, McConnell, who's not going to be here in January. Remember, he's retiring. And then the other idiot from Utah. So he knows it's 4 or 5 people. One of them who's not going to be here. So it's going to be interesting moving forward. None of the arguments, as you heard the guy from MSNBC, I'm talking to the deep state. I'm talking to the FBI and DOJ, and here's what they're thinking. That, they're so happy Matt Gaetz isn't going to be the guy, and they're ecstatic, and they just, they're looking for somebody, and here are the names I think, we're talking about. Wrong. You had no clue. Trump knew. You had no clue. It's amazing to me how this man works. And they still don't get it. Many of us don't get it. He's so astute at this point. He knows where he's going with things. He knows what he's doing. Let me just show you some of the stuff that came out tonight about Pam Bondi. This one was posted by Matt Gaetz. Just about, a minute after Trump mentioned it. Pam Bondi is a stellar selection by President Trump for Attorney General. Pam and I worked closely together when she was Florida's Attorney General, and I chaired criminal justice in the State House. She's a proven litigator, an inspiring leader, and a champion for all Americans. She will bring the needed reforms to the DOJ. Interesting. Matt Gaetz came right out quickly. Oh yeah, this is a girl. We know each other. Oh, you've been played, suckers. You've been played hard. Oh my God, what a move. What a move to play these people the way they do. The media, the deep state, have them running with their hair burning because Matt Gaetz was going to come in. Then Matt Gaetz is walking down the hallway smiling. Yeah, I think everything went really well because it went well because of what his job was to do. His job was to get out there, smoke out these snakes, and report back to Trump team so they knew where they were going. And I'm telling you, because I live here and I've seen what this woman can do, I think she's probably the best choice he could make. I'm not just saying that because she's Pam Bondi. I'm saying it because, damn, she takes no crap. She's smart. She knows the law. She's been around Trump. She's been around Ron DeSantis. She's been practicing for 20 years. She knows the sheriffs down here across the entire state. This woman is their worst nightmare. This woman is going to eviscerate the deep state. And none of the attacks that they use, none of them will work against her. A, she's a woman. So you can't call him misogynist anymore, can you? Nope. She's white. Maybe you can try that. Maybe that'll work. I doubt it. What else? Does she sleep with little boys? Nope. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Oh, she's beautiful. Okay, I'm sorry. She's a blonde-haired beauty. That's what you're gonna put against her? Nope, that's not gonna work. There's pictures of her scantily clad on the beach. Well, because she wore a bikini and she ran a marathon and she had on a shirt. What do you got? Nothing. Her prosecutorial record stands for itself. Remember. Yeah, I can remember that. I remember somebody just ran for president for the Democrats whose entire, base, the entire thing she ran on was, well, I've been a prosecutor. Y'all remember that, right? She was running for president, and it was okay that she had a prosecutorial background. The Democrats pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. Oh, Kamala Harris, she's got experience. She's been a prosecutor. Okay, we got one too. And I love that Matt Gaetz came out the gate with it. This was the actual statement that he made, because I'm proud to announce former Attorney General. This is Brett Baird just read this, but I just wanted to show it to you so you know it actually came from Trump. Pam was a prosecutor for nearly 20 years, where she was very tough on violent criminals and made the streets safe for Florida families. Very safe. Then, as Florida's first female Attorney General, she worked to stop the trafficking of deadly drugs and reduce the tragedy of fentanyl overdose deaths, which have destroyed many families across our country. She did such an incredible job that I asked her to serve on our opioid and drug abuse commission during my first term. We saved many lives. For too long, the partisan Department of Justice has been weaponized against me and other Republicans. Not anymore. Pam will refocus the DOJ to its intended purpose of fighting crime and making America safe again. I have known Pam for many years. She's smart and tough and is an American first fighter. She'll do a great job. Can't really argue too much with that. And then you got to love this one. Trump is essentially Floridaizing the rest of America. You know what I mean with Floridaized? Trump, the POTUS, is here from Mar-a-Lago in West Palm Beach. Susie Wiles is from Florida. Marco Rubio down here in South Florida. Pam Bondi, Florida. Mike Waltz, National Security Advisor from Florida. You think there was a common bond there that he knew what he wanted? Do you also think possibly these people have been working with him for months? I mean, they're all right here. And Mar-a-Lago is a big complex. And so you have to think, these guys have been working on this for months, haven't they? Yep. Probably a year. Probably a year down at that compound at Mar-a-Lago. They've been going through all this stuff, game planning it, understanding where they were going to go, how they were going to do it. And these Democrats were so focused on Kamala, and then they lit their hair on fire about Matt Gaetz, and they never saw this coming. I just showed you the guy who was supposedly the deep state reporter on MSNBC never saw it coming, not once, and so he got caught with his pants down. And everybody who's posting it now, it's everywhere. They're just talking about, wow, how good of an attorney she really is. This is going to be so bad for them. Sarah Carter, who was on Fox for a while and does her own stuff. Wow, I'm so excited. Pam Bondi is an incredible pick by President Trump, and she's a wonderful person. Congratulations, Pam. She will make history and clean up the swampy mess at Department of Justice. She'll also work great with Ken Paxton and all the other AGs. The future is bright because she knows all these people. They all know each other. So she doesn't have to hit the ground with any kind of PR campaign trying to figure out who people are, because she already knows the AGs in the important states that need to happen. DC Drano says, here's why I like new AG pick AG Pam Bondi. Not only is she experienced, but I look at where someone stands during times of difficulty. When Trump was being impeached for the perfect phone call, Pam was brought in to defend him as legal counsel. Not only was that a courageous move by her, but she also won the case. When it was unpopular to stand with Trump, Pam stood strongly beside him. She'll make a great U.S. Attorney General. See, a lot of people I saw in the chat didn't know who Pam Bondi was. Now people know. Now they absolutely know who Pam Bondi is, and they're about to find out. It's straight up F around and find out at this point. Let me show you some other stuff here. This is by Gunther, another big guy I follow. Any Democrat or rhino that doesn't vote to confirm Pam Bondi is a sexist. That's the rules now, right? I mean, she's a woman. She's not old. She's young. How could you vote against her? I dare somebody on the left to say because she's white. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Because that will tell everybody you've got nothing of substance to go against her. Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, how can you possibly vote against Pam Bondi? There is nothing in her history. These people are pouring through right now. I guarantee you, they are just going through every decision. They're going to go through every court case. They're going to look up who she dated and took to the prom. They're going to find out what kind of car she had at her sophomore formal. Did she steal gas? They're going to try to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. And it won't matter. It won't matter whatsoever. The woman is definitely someone of substance to I can't even tell you. This is worse than Matt Gaetz for them. You're going to hear that on the news. You're going to hear it over the next 24 to 48 hours like, oh man, she's a nightmare. She is an absolute nightmare. Because notice they never really said anything about Matt Gaetz's ability. It was all about his character. And now when you can't use that weapon, which the Democrats use so well. I remember when they were going after Amy Coney Barrett, and they were like, she's like with the Handmaid's Tale or whatever that stuff is. But you can't use this stuff against people like, who actually are proficient at their jobs. You see this one here. Democrats thought Matt Gaetz would go after them hard. They forgot about a lady like Pam Bondi. She's going to upend their entire existence. I like the shock to the system that Gaetz was, but I have trouble seeing even the rhinos say no to a woman with Bondi's legal experience. She's going to get confirmed right through. You don't even need a recess appointment on this one. Just go ahead. Just do it. There's no way you can turn her down. No, I mean, seriously, there's no way you can turn her down. Here, let's listen to a more about Pam Bondi.
Well, I was a prosecutor. I was a homicide prosecutor for 18 years. I was Florida's first female attorney general, and I was special advisor to Donald Trump, Office of White House Counsel, but most importantly, I'm his friend. And I was in that White House, and we all know he surrounded himself with a lot of brilliant women. How many women here tonight support Donald Trump? And backstage, look at these beautiful women sitting behind me. Sorry, guys, in the front row. Donald Trump. That was the greatest gift Mark Cuban could give Donald Trump, I think, by saying something so ignorant and stupid. So I have a message for Mark Cuban from all of us here tonight. Underestimate us. This is going to be fun. This isn't law.
Oh, this is going to be fun. You think maybe she knew back then at that rally? Go ahead and underestimate us. This is going to be fun. That has to put chills up their spine and up their arms at this point. Because now you don't know. Did she know it back then? Did she know she was going to be the Attorney General if he won? Did Matt Gaetz do the job he was supposed to do, which is what people are starting to realize? Read the tea leaves. Trump found out what he wanted to know about everyone. And then people are saying, yeah, and he allowed them to expose themselves. I don't know how they continue to underestimate this guy. Because they're doing it constantly. And now that they've been played out, watch what happens over the next couple of days. They may just shift their views completely and go after Pete Hegseth. Because you don't have anything against Kristi Noem other than her dog story. You don't really have anything against Marco Rubio. You don't really have anything against most of the people he's been picking. So now you're going to switch over here and call Tulsi, the Russian asset, which, yeah, okay, whatever. And then you're going to go after Pete Hegseth because, for some reason, this woman, it's unimpeachable. If Trump was playing feeling out game with the Gaetz nomination, we can all see where every single senator stands at this point. Bondi's a 20-year career prosecutor and a state attorney general. Good luck attacking her qualifications for the job. You can't do it. There's nothing, and I see a lot of tweets, and there's nothing you can really say about her. But when I see this guy say something, then I know she's definitely the right pick. Mark Levin came out and said she will be superb. That right there, close the book, done, stamp it, sign papers, whatever. That's it. If the great one says she's it, she's it. I'll take a few comments. What you guys say? Bye-bye rhinos. They got smoked out. They got played. Democrats are so corrupt. And I bet she can define what a woman is. Oh, I'd love to play poker with some of these idiots in the Senate. You and me both. You and me both. If you saw the crawl I had there, and that song has just come to my mind a few times lately. Eminence Front by The Who. It's a put on, baby. I said that during the comedian thing when they did the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I saw Trump and Schumer over there yucking it up, and I'm like, and I said it. I said that's an eminence front. We're living that song right now. It's a put on. It's a put on. And Trump is playing these people like, he's just got the perfect fiddle. They don't even know where it's coming from. Unbelievable. Pam knew the whole time she was going to be AG, and Matt did his job. How old is she? She's not that old. Let me look it up. I want to say 38. Let me see. Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi. Let's see here. She is, wow, she looks a lot younger than she is. My gosh, she's 59 years old. That woman is 59 years old. I would never have guessed that she was that old. Wow. Wow. I guess so. If she was a prosecutor for 20 years, then that makes sense. She's 59, and you can see her credentials here. She succeeded Merrick Garland as the United States. This is what they're already updated. Let me go back to her. Here it is, 59. She's Republican since 2000. Before 2000, she was a Democrat. She's been married twice. She's divorced twice. She went to University of Florida and got her law degree at Stetson University. So she's 59 years. I would never have guessed that looking at her. Never. It's just she's very, very well kept, obviously. 59 years old, and I never put it over there. Okay, there, now you can see it. That's her. That's Pam Bondi right there. And I was scrolling down looking at her information, and that's when she was married for 2 years, and then she was married for 6 years, and she's been single since 2002. All right, so that's Pam Bondi. Let's see what else. The deep state has lived in their own reality. Now they will have to live in Trump MAGA reality. Yeah, she comes from good genes. Yeah, she looks like that at 59 years old. That's for sure. She's honest. That's why she looks so good. Yeah, great choice as a Florida resident. I have huge respect for Pam Bondi. You're not going to see many people who are from Florida who lived here while she was in office who are going to say anything bad about her. They're going to search. The only people you're going to hear bad about her are the people she put in jail. The people she prosecuted. Those are the people who are going to be talking crap about her. 1 year older than Toy. Yep. Name is Bondi. I love that. The name is Bondi. Pam Bondi. Good point. First female down here in Florida. First female attorney general. Trump is a perfect example of what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Yeah. 59. I'm 59. She looks like 29. She does. She looks very, very young. Am I flustered talking about a hottie? No. I'm not making any overt advances. I'm just saying that woman doesn't look like she's 60 years old. Gaetz, assistant attorney general. Funny, you mentioned that. Funny you mentioned Matt Gaetz as the assistant attorney general. You must have missed our earlier show. Because, boom! Republicans say that Matt Gaetz intends on returning to Congress. It's a put on. If you haven't heard the song Eminence Front, that's what I'm saying. We talked about it earlier. This was such a fiddle-playing moment. I just don't know how nobody saw it. He resigned from the 118th Congress, which is the one that's in session right now. That ends in like a couple weeks. But he got reelected for the 119th Congress. I haven't seen the resignation letter yet, but he's got to go back to where he was. It killed the ethics complaint against him. It completely stopped their investigation. They can't do anything about it. That the Republicans are going to be in full control in January. And he just walked back into his office and his seat. Don't even have to change anything. This is the most epic troll move ever. Matt should be at the Senate. He called it right. The first to realize there was a plan. The plan has come to fruition. Gaetz was a bargaining chip. Gaetz drew the fire. No, Janet Reno was the first UN Attorney General. She was the first woman in Florida. I didn't want that to make you think I was saying she was the first female attorney general. No, she was the first female attorney general in Florida. That's where that goes. Gaetz gets back sooner than I thought. Yeah, somebody looked it up and said that the new Congress gets sworn in on January 3rd. So basically he's got a month vacation. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Checkmate for Trump. Yeah. So let me let you listen a little bit more on who Pam Gaetz is. There's some video here.
Fair anymore. This is warfare, what they're doing. 34 felonies. And from day one, that judge has committed reversible error. I've said from day, I think we all have, every lawyer on every Fox show has said, all of these cases, if convicted, will get reversed. They will get reversed from jury selection. Actually, frankly, to him, as Jason just said, not recusing himself. The prosecutor should have recused himself. The judge should have never been on this case. But they don't care, Dagan. Like you said, it's a short-term goal of get Donald Trump before the election. But the real verdict is going to be on Election Day. People see that in America, which again is...
These criminals made one very big mistake. They wound up in Polk County.
Let me just, what was that? And let me just tell you, if you don't know who the sheriff of Polk County is, you might want to go look up some of his. In fact, that's a guy that they don't want no part about. Never mind Pam Bondi. You can go on YouTube and search Sheriff Grady in Polk County, and he has a whole bunch of videos where he basically has told people, if you come here in Polk County and do certain things, don't be surprised if you get lead poisoning. I give my residents all kinds of permission to do what they need to do. I mean, he actually says that. Don't come here, don't act up, and if you do, my residents can do what they need to do to take care of business. I said that as politely as I could possibly say without the people upstairs getting pissed off. His videos will leave you, just your jaw will drop as you're hearing this sheriff tell people, yeah, you're going to get done. Don't mess up here.
I'll tell you, it's bad enough in one thing to profit from poisoning others, but it's another when you bring drugs from Mexico into our country, California, Texas, Georgia, and end up in our state and do it with impunity. Because when you're in this country illegally and you're doing things illegally, I want to tell you, and you wind up in Polk County, Grady Judd is going to find you. The DEA is going to help them. And my statewide prosecutors are going to lock you up for as long as we can.
And we're going to enjoy it.
And each of these defendants are looking at 30 years in Florida State Prison for conspiracy to traffic drugs.
Grady Judd, that's his name. Go ahead and look up some of his videos. He's like, man, we gonna enjoy it. Don't screw up in Polk County. If you come down here, you may just want to stay on the 75, I-75, head south or north, and get out of Grady's county. The man don't play. His deputies don't play. And obviously, you heard Pam Bondi doesn't play whatsoever as well. And more people are beginning to talk about it. Now I'm really beginning to think that the Matt Gaetz nod for Attorney General was intentional and probably not the way you think it was. Republican senators now have been exposed on who is going to go against him before his administration even takes effect. Remember, Donald Trump has always been one step ahead. Just my 2 cents, game, set, and match. Bro, you're not wrong. Today, and depending on when you guys may be watching this, but today, as this video is made, it's November 21st. We are a little over 2 weeks since he got elected, and all this is happening. You forget, he's got 4 years of this. In 2 weeks, he just completely turned everything upside down with all of these hearings and stuff. He had them chasing their tail about recess appointments. And then he had Matt go walk around the halls of the Senate. And go ahead and interview. Pretend like you want the job. Let me know who's going to vote against you and the stuff that they say. And then he comes back like he's talking to the Godfather. Godfather, here's what Susan Collins said. Here's what Lisa Murkowski said. And here's what the other idiot said. Mitch McConnell's office. You talk to Mitch? Nobody gets to talk to Mitch. He can't talk. So how do you know he's getting voted against you? He had somebody come out the back room and say, no, he's not voting for you. Okay. You talk to Tim Scott? Yeah, he's a turncoat. Oh, my God, they all came out. It's only 2 weeks into his president-elect period. And you're seeing him basically at this point roll hand grenades down the halls of Congress and Senate. If I was a senator and I was a congressman, you'd go on Thanksgiving and Christmas break now. Whenever the recess is, just go. Because at this point, you don't know what he's going to do next. I'm not to jump ahead, but let's continue with this stuff first. Let's see here. The Uniparty, meaning the rhinos and the Democrats, immediately resorted to the tried and true Kavanaugh playbook against both Gaetz and Hegseth. But that kind of wrap-up smear is not going to work on either Tulsi Gabbard or Pam Bondi. Dear Trump, name a female FBI director just to make all their heads explode. Wow. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if he named a woman as the head of the FBI? And what if that woman was a black woman for the head of the FBI? He would neuter them. I don't know if you ever saw the movie, The Departed, but he clipped their you-know-whats if he was able to do that kind of a chess match. Wow. Unflippin' believable. So, on top of all that, the left, some of the people are beginning to understand this is going to be a problem, isn't it? It's going to be quite the big problem. This happened on MSNBC right after they heard that she was nominated.
Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last segment that we should all fear, because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do.
Woosa. Take a breath, bro. Yeah, take a breath. Calm it down. The guy's, he's hyperventilating. Just, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
On campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick, and that's frankly worse than what we would have got with Matt Gaetz, even with the deplorable moral background that he has.
Yeah, and I want to discuss that with a little more depth with both of you, including her record on civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and other issues that are front and center at the DOJ, and which we know were also big campaign issues this cycle.
Let me save you the trouble. Okay, I'm going to save you some trouble here, okay? In case you don't know, or if you've never been to South Beach or Miami or Wilton Manors, these areas of the country, of the state, of Florida, where you think everyone's a hillbilly, those areas of the state, Fort Lauderdale, have some of the most thriving gay communities in the entire country. There ain't any gay people down here in South Florida complaining that Pam Bondi did the wrong thing. So you're going to have to take that off your list. I realize, a lot of you probably don't live in South Florida. You probably don't know these areas I'm talking about. Wilton Manors is an entire town that's basically probably 98% gay. The entire city. If you're a real estate investor like me and you want to buy some property, if you can find something in Wilton Manors, you better get it. It is one of the best places to live in South Florida. Why is that, Barry? Well, especially if you're an investor. If you buy a home and you want to sell it, you're going to sell it to more than likely a gay couple. And the houses and what they do with those houses, they're absolutely stunning. And then you don't have any problem really selling it because they're mostly two-income households. Even if it's two women or two men, usually both of them work. And they thrive in this community. Go ahead and look up Wilton Manors in Zillow and see what these houses are going for. Just in that, I mean, it's a very small enclave, but the houses in that area go for big, big, big money. And then it got so populated, it began branching out into parts of Oakland Park and parts of Fort Lauderdale. South Florida has a huge, huge diaspora of gays. So if MSNBC thinks at this point that they're going to go looking for something that happened bad with the gay community or the LGBTQ community, and you want to come looking in South Florida to find out, oh, okay, let's find out what Pam Bondi did. Oh. It's thriving? Yeah. And there's no, like, hate crimes and nothing like... No. What about, are they painting a sidewalk and people doing donuts in? Nope. 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 And they're rich. They got money. Lots of money. The kind of people that the Democrats don't like that much. These people are business people. You think they want to have higher taxes? Nope. They've been able to live the life that they want to live, accumulate the wealth that they've accumulated, and nobody bothers them. And they don't bother anybody else. They live their lives. So if you think you're going to go try to dig up some stuff about the LGBTQ rights thing in South Florida, save your time and money. Don't bother. And those of you who live in South Florida, and those of you who have visited South Florida, or know people who live in South Florida, they will tell you. You would see somebody in a MAGA hat and not realize they're gay. I know them. You're out of your element if you think you're going to go there. What about civil rights? Let's find out if she really did anything for the black people. That tells me people in New York, they're in a bubble. They don't understand. So many people don't know how living in Florida is. Many of you may remember back in the day when the show first came on, Cops, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Guess where that was filmed? That was filmed right on basically Sunrise Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. And all the neighborhoods associated with that. And they had other neighborhoods where they would go film that as well. And we had a real tough sheriff back then. Guy's name was Nick Navarro. And Nick Navarro was just like Grady Judd, was a no-nonsense type of guy. And he really, because after the Mariel boat lift, when everybody came over from Cuba and it became the cocaine cowboys, you remember Miami Vice? There was cocaine everywhere, all kinds of gang fights, everything going on in South Florida because the yayo was wayo. It was crazy down here. I mean, literally everybody was dealing. And he came in and said, we got to stop this. We have to stop it. You're going to get nowhere trying to go after this woman. Nowhere. I'm telling you, they are going to refocus. They have to refocus at this point because there's nothing they can talk about that's going to be of any help to them in terms of taking her down. They may have to go into jail and find out that somebody felt that they were, over-sentenced or something, which nobody's going to care about. You're going to start talking to criminals that she put in jail? Good luck. Good luck. That's all you got. So I'm just telling you right now, as someone who absolutely lives here, if they're thinking that they're going to come after her for civil rights and LGBTQ rights or anything, you're wasting your time. I hear the village near Orlando is where the real wet and wild is. Yeah, Broward still turned blue. When I thought Bonnie was in her mid-20s. Yeah, she looks very, very young. Absolutely. Yeah, Pam Bondi helped put Disney in their place. Somebody said my parents lived in Fort Lauderdale for 20 years before I took them in as a caregiver. Yep. And it was rough. It was rough down here, especially during like that time, but it got cleaned up. Let's see. So Trump doesn't surround himself with strong, intelligent women. Yeah, Mark Cuban, that's not going to work. That's not going to work either. Ooh. Carrie Lake for FBI. Yeah, they wouldn't do that. She's got no law enforcement. She was a reporter. I don't know how that would work. Polk County Sheriff's. I'll tell you, if you ain't got nothing to do, you want to have some fun, just pull up some of the sheriff in Polk County. Just pull up a couple of his videos, and you realize, ooh, you can't do that down here. Look up Nicole Parker. Okay, I'll look her up. Don't know who she is. The new Trump video is breathtaking. Addicted to Governor A. Robert Palmer parody. Okay. Oh, Addicted. Oh, okay. Oh, see, I can't play it because if it's got that song in it, I can't touch it. My best friend lives in Okeechobee. Trying to see if anyone is talking. Someone was telling me that Gaetz dropped out of AG because his name is on. No, okay, that's just BS. His name's on Diddy's list. No, nobody knows what's on. It hasn't come out. New York Upstate is the fall is gorgeous. She's another good one. Pam will do that job great. Yes, she will. I live out west in Coral Springs, Parkland area, so you're not too far from me. I'm in West Boca. Pam Bondi is a tough cookie. You're absolutely right. So he's the one who arrested 100 pedestrians from Disney, right? You're talking about Grady from Polk County. Yes, he is. My grandpa used to tell a story that they asked the sheriff of Polk why the cops shot the guy 22 times. He said, because that's all the bullets we had. I didn't hear that story, but I wouldn't put it past him that he indeed said that. Something goes, I watch Grady all the time. I don't even know how long he's been here. So like, yeah, he really he does business. He knows his business. Wikipedia was trashing Pam Bondi, and then they had to basically scrub everything they wrote. Gaetz only resigned from 1/18th, not from 1/19th, which means he can only resign after the oath. Bingo. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. Matt Gaetz is back in. He's going to be sitting right where he was a week ago. All this uproar in the media was for nothing. Now you're stuck. Now you effed around and found out. Absolutely. Matt posted on X. I just showed it. Tom Homan just reported large explosions are being reported in Krasnodar, Russia. Worries of WW3. That is probably the only thing they have left. When you think about it, they're pushing that little nut to keep poking the bear, and that little nut is likely going to keep trying to poke the bear, and then it's on. And as I said at the close of my last video, they are putting all of those people in Ukraine at risk. Because if Vlad hits the button, there's nobody that can protect them in time. If he decides to just take them out. I saw they had a rendering that 2.5 million people would be basically incinerated, just gone. You're fighting something you can't possibly win for people who know you can't win. Doesn't make any sense. Let's see what's going on. Oh wait, can't look at here, Garland again. All right, so Pat Bondi, good pick. I think she's going to do fine. I think she'll sail through. They're not going to find anything in her background. Perfect move by Trump. Masterful. Checkmate. Done. Next, I think it's going to be Pete Hegseth. They're going to set their sights on, but they're just being exposed. Now we know what's really going on, and Trump's ready. So let's see what happens. So what else do I got here to show you guys? All right. So those of you who were on the 3 o'clock show, you know that we were all holding our breath because there was rumor that something had happened to Trump or somebody at Mar-a-Lago. Well, it ended up being a false alarm, and it was a reporter who was trying to get the scoop and put it out on X real fast, and he made himself look stupid. So Trump's official communications director wasted this guy. Stephen Chung is Trump's communications director. He called the legacy media reporter who falsely reported a medical emergency at Mar-a-Lago a effing dummy. He couldn't have said it any better. And let me see if I can make that smaller for you so you guys can actually see it. Hold on, let me switch windows here. Okay, let me go to this window. This is Stephen Chung wrote this. The press had set up a fake, unofficial poll because they want to feel important about themselves. In this case, some idiot at CBS overreacted and set off the fire alarm for no reason, thinking they were going to get a scoop of a lifetime. Effing dummy. The incoming president's communication director just called you an effing dummy. Good start, bro. Good start to the new White House. And then this came out. The ambulances spotted at Mar-a-Lago were reportedly part of J.D. Vance's motorcade, which I didn't know J.D. Vance was in town. The update came from Andrew Feinberg, who made the initial report. Per a transition source and Secret Service, the ambulances were part of Vice President-elect J.D. Vance's motorcade. False alarm. Go about your business, he reported. Just 5 minutes earlier, he had reported about 20 to 25 cars, 2 ambulances, and a helicopter hovering above Mar-a-Lago were spotted entering the property. You get the feeling that the media is chasing their tail with Trump? That he's not speaking to them? He's letting Caroline Leavitt say what she needs to, when she wants to? You know, Caroline Leavitt is his spokesperson. And his spokesperson right now is the one, if it's not coming from him, it would be coming from her. I told you earlier, if you want to see anything, to see if it's real, I would definitely look to follow her. Her name is Caroline Leavitt, and if you don't follow Trump on Truth Social, you can follow her. She's going to be the new press secretary when he takes office. So she came right out and said it was a hoax. It was pretty simple that this thing was BS. And we're seeing already the trend right now. The number one trend is as a Floridian. And people are like, as a Floridian, I love this pic. She's tough, smart, and gorgeous. And it just goes on and on and on with people saying, you know, all kinds of good things. That she's amazing. I like this one. As a Floridian, this is I can tell you she's a badass. She doesn't pull punches, and she is a fierce lawyer. This is worse for the deep state than gets. Matt Gaetz. Good for all of us. And I want to impress upon you that this is such an upgrade from Matt Gaetz. Don't even feel bad about Matt Gaetz. He's going to be fine. He's going to be right back where he is. This is such a monumental upgrade that tells you everything you saw was a movie. You just needed to sit back and entertain yourself, because that was, I don't know who he was looking to smoke out, but he got the information he did, and within hours said, boom, here's my AG. Hours, just nailed it. It's incredible. Meanwhile, they're still fighting other wars. This guy, Joe Walsh, I can't stand this guy, man. He's a Republican who turned MSNBC guy himself, and he's like former Republican congressman, Joe Walsh calls on European and NATO allies to withhold classified information from Tulsi Gabbard if she's approved as a DNI. So you have a former congressman who is out there telling other governments not to trust the person who's going to get approved to be the DNI. You're scum, man. That's absolutely scummy to try and get involved in. And like Gunther said, that's basically treasonous. These people are losing their minds. The Liz Cheney group, the Adam Kinzingers, the Joe Walsh, these people have lost it. They're on the outside looking in right now. They're not part of the in crowd, and it's driving them crazy. Absolutely bat poop crazy at this point. And know what else is getting crazy? Well, as we close here, or get ready to close, I still got some time here I got to talk to you about. This came out. Rachel Maddow's salary reportedly cut by $5 million despite being ratings Viagra as a parent company Comcast deals with a difficult time. I wish I made enough money where my pay cut was $5 million. Let that sink in. She's taking a pay cut and she's still, only just getting $5 million shaved off. Let me show this to you. Okay, it says, let me go here. MSNBC's Rachel Maddow's salary reportedly cut by $5 million despite being ratings Viagra as a parent company Comcast deals with this difficult time. MSNBC/star anchor Rachel Maddow's annual salary by $5 million as the left-leaning network continues to reel from parent company Comcast's decision to spin off the struggling network. Maddow, who rakes in, can you see that? Maybe I need to make it a little bit bigger so you can throw up with me. Can you see it now? Maddow rakes in $30 million per year. She works 1 day a week on Mondays. And she renegotiated her salary down to $25 million a year for the next 5 years. $25 million for one show a week is what they're paying Rachel Maddow. No wonder that network's going out of business. No wonder they're going to have to sell. And she renegotiated that contract, which I'm sure has some sort of clauses you have to pay me no matter what you do. Even if the other new owner decides not to pick up my contract, you, Comcast, are still going to have to pay me. I'm pretty sure that'd be the only way she would renegotiate and sign a new deal. So Comcast probably went on the hook for another $25 million. Unbelievable. But I got some good news for you. As part of this MSNBC restructuring, the ladies at The View are going to be looking for new jobs. Breaking new leaks indicate that The View is in process of being canceled. I think I told you that too. Once I started seeing them march out Sunday to do the legal notices, Disney was probably saying, yeah, we can't do this. we can't do this. Oh, we can't have you people out here being this kind of bat poop crazy. It's absolutely nuts. So now they're going to cancel The View, which is fine by me. I mean, I'll lose some content, but that's about it. One other story I wanted to tell you about, because this guy says he would never resign. And I wanted to show you the information about that, because this is a pretty big one too. It didn't get as much press, but you guys need to know about this. It's really important. So, let me format this so you can see it. This is a big story. This guy told Trump that he was not going to quit when he got in office. Gary Gensler is the chairman of the SEC. Well, Gary announced today that he will step down January 20th to make way for Trump's replacement. Gensler has been there since 2021. In addition to Gensler's soon-to-be vacant seat, the terms of two of the other four commissioners expire in 2024 and 2025. The SEC has also been at odds with, what do you know? With Elon Musk. They've been going after Elon Musk. And this guy had said, let me see if they mention in here that he goes, I am not gonna, he said he wasn't going to resign. Now he's going to resign. I'm looking to see if they mention in here. So just to let you know, you can put that scalp on Elon. Because Elon was going to come for him, and now he's gone. And then there's one other big one that Vivek and Elon mentioned today. And all this is happening, and Trump's not even in the office yet. Breaking. This was a long time ago. This was at 11 o'clock this morning. Breaking. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy call for defunding Planned Parenthood. Where's my video? Because this video means so much seeing what you're seeing today. Planned Parenthood going down too?
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
What's funny about that is earlier when Matt Gaetz withdrew, there was some sullen faces and people were disappointed. And like the deep state, they won. And then as you started fleshing things out, you started seeing that something don't look like it's supposed to look here. And now it's just happening one after the other. So Pam Bondi, and then earlier Gary Gensler is resigning from the SEC, and Vivek and Elon are going to defund Planned Parenthood. And I'm like, the left at this point doesn't know where to fight. There's nothing they can do. They're getting hit from so many directions. And we're talking about the stuff that are pillars of the left. The immigration, the Planned Parenthood, the SEC where they could regulate people's money. And they're all falling apart. All falling apart. Robert, the guy that makes the interest rates, no, that would be the Fed. They're next. The Fed is next. Happy joy. Praise God in heaven. Yes, more winning. We're seeing it. We're absolutely seeing it. Robert says, Michael says that love that Pam Bondi has been nominated. I'd hope someday she would be named AG. It is marvelous. Yeah, she is. She's absolutely marvelous. So much. I would like to see Gary Gensler do some, and Trump team get Gary out. He's leaving. They don't have to do much. The art of the deal. Watch him as he weaves. The View being canceled. Yeah, I mean, again, pillars. As when somebody says, as Dan Bongino always says, more. Oh, there's going to be more. You know there's more. How do you know it? Because the FBI director still hasn't been named. So people are drooling because they're thinking, is it going to be Kash Patel? Are you going to do that for us? Are you going to put Kash Patel in as the FBI director? Would you drop that tomorrow for us so we have a great weekend going away? I mean, they would lose their loving mind. Their minds are already blown. There's not much more they can do. I'm looking to see if Trump named anybody else while we were talking. Nothing else has popped up as of yet. So we're waiting for that one to drop. Once that one drops, I can't even imagine. So let me go ahead and get ready to give away some hoodies. Hood. I've noticed that some people are beginning. You know how you notice when you're doing the right thing, when other people begin to copy you? And I've noticed there being some copycats, which is fine. I understand. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing good. And so they want to get in on it. They can get in on it. Somebody texted me earlier and says, hey, so-and-so is copying you. It's part of the business. It's the business we've chosen. There's nothing secret. Everybody can see what you're doing. They can watch and follow along. But in any event, let's go ahead and give away some hoodies because we've been doing it. We're going to keep doing it. Pick one, and that's Robert Zilke. No, I'm sorry. My bad. It's Roberta Zilke. I almost said Robert. Actually, I did say Robert. That's my bad. Pick another winner, and I got to use Tommy's drum roll. Tommy, you ready for it? And winner number 2. Ooh, I missed it. Wait a second. I clicked the button. I hit my mouse twice, and it didn't come up. Somebody just won, and I missed it. Willie Blair. So Roberta Zilke won first, and then Willie Blair, you just won. People didn't get to see your pick because I clicked the wrong button, but Willie Blair has won one. And now one more time, we're going to drop the drum roll. And now pick a winner. Diane McCombs. Diane McCombs, you are the third winner. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed. It's very, very, very warm. Depending on where you are, you may need that. So that's where we are. Three hoodies tonight. Have to get those Ashley and let her get those to you. Let me see what else. Matt leaving and slipping in Pam Bondi for AG. Seems like a squirrel moment. Congrats to everybody. No one will sleep. Nessun Dorma. Absolutely. I have my opening, which is even longer than some people like. Might not like it, but I had to. I'm having to fight with the rights company about my Nessun Dorma opening. Super chat from Just Another Knucklehead. Thank you. Do we have to enter every show or just the one? If you've already entered, you don't have to enter again. It's just in the database, and it just picks people who've already entered. Leaders, Musk is director of NASA Space Force. I don't know if he'd want to do that because I don't think he wants to be in the administration. Steven Anderson, we need to leave Comcast and join Starlink. That's funny. Yeah, I'm sure. Praise God. And this is from FL. Praise God for defunding Planned Murderhood. Absolutely. And I don't think they need much permission to do that. Gigi Crafts, didn't DeSantis say he would not name Gaetz to Marco Rubio's seat? Think he knew what was going on, or is he a turncoat? Nope, he knew. He had to have known, because Matt Gaetz would have had to have gone to him. So he knew. They all knew. They just kept it quiet, which is another thing to understand. They were able to keep that quiet. Just another knucklehead. Hope that Sonny Hostage has to read the cancellation note. I know why. Oh, I would record that. Oh, I would record that and play it. I'd have to incorporate it inside of my intro or my outro, because if she had to say goodbye to that show, it would be perfect. Acid Bird, anti-God and anti-Trump people are misled by evil. Yes, they are. Shannon and Terry K. Trump has had 4 years to master chess in the swamp. Can you imagine? He sat there and probably had this all worked out, what he was going to do, how he was going to do it, when he was going to do it, and then you took a shot at him. You tried to kill him on top of everything else. You know, he's probably like, oh, they're wasting my time. We're doing you tried to kill me? You tried to widow my wife? You tried to take me away from my family? And now you're complaining, oh, he's going to go after his opponents, and effing A right. I can't even believe that you'd be asking at this point for mercy. Take no prisoners, expect no mercy. Done. If you did the crime, you're going to do the time. You notice that lady in Bucks County who got really cool and says, you know, I want a court to look at this. Well, you're going to get your way. There's going to be a court that's going to look at what happened. And by the way, Bob Casey finally stood up and became a man and conceded to Dave McCormick. So that's a good thing. Let me go here. Click on this button. $30 million for 1 hour of work. Yeah, I can't believe that. Arnaldo Rivera, love your show, Barry. Now they are going after Pete Hegseth. Yep. Same playbook. Gonna just keep doing it. Judy Beauchamp from Canada. As a Canadian, thanks so much for helping me understand the truth and complexities of the U.S. news. Not too complex, they lie. That's pretty much what makes it complex. Please pray we get a change in government up here. Oh yeah, I pray for you guys. Kaylana M. What makes a movie good? Great actors. Enjoy the show. Absolutely. If you guys haven't watched the movie Law Abiding Citizen, I keep talking to you about that. That last scene, that scene where, well, it's not the last scene, but when he just goes, I'm going to tear the entire diseased temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical. It's chilling how he talks about that. Acid burn, everything Trump is playing works, even Gaetz out. Yep. Tim Alred, darkness cannot survive the light. The cockroaches are scurrying and trying to find cover. I don't even know where they're going to fight at this point. Because none of their fights make any sense. Mike's son, behold, in this hand, I now have a female attorney general. The amount of troll is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Mark of Reality says, I'm a criminal defense attorney in the 6th Circuit of Florida, the St. Petersburg area, across from Tampa. Okay. Okay. So you have you ever had to work on anything with Sheriff Grady? Sandra J.G. Thompson, so glad that Mark Levin christened her for the appointment. Yeah, that was a big deal to me. I was like, okay, he spoke up. Tommy Ratcliffe, Eminence Front, it's a put-all. Yeah, I just love that song. One of the few songs by Pete Townsend I actually like. Okay, hold on, let me click that one already. Storm Warrior, she could appoint Gaetz for deputy AG. Yeah, but I think he's going to be happy back in Congress. Oh no, they already have a deputy AG. He already named that. It's the guy who defended him in New York, so he's already got that set up. Trump is throwing these chickens in boiling water and pulling their heads off, and now they're running around not knowing where to go. Pretty much. My God, Pam is so hot and smart, deadly combo. Anthony Samino, I look forward to watching your show. She was my next pick. I worked with her here in Tampa. She takes no crap. Barry, thank you for your working so hard for us. Oh, so you worked with her. You're an attorney there, or guard, but very nice. Chestnut Checkers says PLHHNW. Barbara Davis, thank you very much. 3540 crew. Wow, still just saw a campaign. You must be watching a show on DVR or something, because I've seen them too. They're still. She paid for them. They're gonna run them, so they don't have to give her the money back. From Hog Dog, hey Barry, 2 questions. Why didn't the LA Times, WAPO, and Teamsters not endorse Kamala? And is Trump still under the stupid gag order? Yes, on the gag order. And why didn't WAPO and these other people, why did they not endorse her? Well, the Teamsters, I think the Teamsters did, but the rank and file did not. So that was kind of a problem. LA Times and WAPO, couldn't tell you. Not really sure why they said no. Joy Kirkland, you got to give Trump credit. He knows how to pick them. Pam's beautiful, trust Trump. Absolutely. Ruth McCurdy, I met Rubio at his speech. Rick Scott at a party, and met Pam Bondi at church. She has integrity. Good choice. Yeah, they're not going to be able to impeach her. She's so good. Fernando Cardenas. Yes, Barry, dancing here. What a masterclass of political chess by our president. Brilliant. Like you said at 3 p.m. This is a move. You're very. When I said it this afternoon, it just struck me. And I just went, we'll know real soon. Because if he had someone else in his back pocket, that means, and you have to know this as well, he would have had to have vetted this person, had them reviewed, everything, looked into her entire background. You don't do that in a couple hours. So you had that. You had to have had that file already with the green check mark. You had to, there's no doubt. Now you could say, well, maybe he had 2 or 3 just in case. That's possible. But obviously you saw what transpired, and what really got me is when I saw Matt Gaetz walking through the halls. And if you saw the video, he wasn't upset. He was smiling. And it wasn't like a fake smile. He was like smiling. Like, you don't even know what's coming. And then you think back when Trump said, we got a secret. Thank you, Barbara. Let's see here. Joy Crickland again. Barry, keep doing you. I love your intro, especially with all them doing the dance. Charlie 6917, thank you very much. And just so I explain, so you guys know why the intros are what they are, and you can go on many people's live streams, and you'll see there's a set period of time that, because of the guys upstairs, they like it to have it, just gives people time to show up. That's the reason. But I love that you're like, hey, cut to the chase. That's cool too. And Mark of Reality again. Pam Bondi is a rhino. I remember when she was campaigning with Mitt Romney saying we're going to have Romney care in all 50 states. Well, Mark, if you think she's a rhino, then you're just saying Trump is stupid. And all her campaigning with him and her defending him at, the impeachment trial, it was all a ruse. Trump messed up. Poor guy. Poor guy doesn't even know what's going on. That's what you're saying. People change. In fact, Elon Musk was a Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat. RFK Jr. was a Democrat. Trump was a Democrat. I'll leave it at that. Gigi Crafts, Ding Dong, witches are dead. Witchel, witches, the view witches, Ding Dong, witches are cancer. Oh my goodness. Anthony, yeah, I mentioned you, Anthony. I don't know if you didn't hear me, because it said you used to work with Grady. I talked about you, and thank you again. No balls in women's stalls. I got you. Linda Stone, thank you very much. Very generous. Shanarella says Bondi is today's 007 badass. I agree. And Drifter FFF says Trump has a great game plan and is kicking ass. And it's only 2 weeks in. 2 weeks in. Can't imagine that. So tomorrow, I want you guys to, just do some of you may be too young to even remember. But hold on, Ernest. I'm happy that Cruz won his position back as well. Yes, he did. Some of you may be too young to remember, but if you're older, and if you're younger but understand history, tomorrow is the 61st anniversary of John F. Kennedy and his assassination, which takes on a whole different aura now that RFK Jr. is going to be in this administration. So just think about that tomorrow. Think about where America has gone. America has gone in that 61 years. Think about what has transpired. A lot has transpired. All right. Well, thank you guys for the 2 shows today. Thank you for showing up. I am eternally grateful for that. Go ahead and get some sleep. I'm going to go have some dinner. I don't know where my dog was. He was here a little while ago. He went to sleep. All right, look away if you have any issues with lights and flashing and seizures. Talk to you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m.